Alright, so today we're going to talk about how to perform or describe a reflection that's on the coordinate plane. So we're going to start with example number 1. It says reflection across y equals -2. This right here is called our line of reflection. And that's going to be what we're flipping our shape over. So reflection is like a flip or a mirror. So your first step would be to draw that line of reflection. So I'm going to go to the y-axis, I'm going to find -2, and I know that line is going to cross the y-axis at -2, so I will just draw that line across here. So now, in order to flip the shape over, we want to make sure everything is exactly mirrored over that line, and we're going to do that using what we call the counting method. So we're going to start with point Q right here. Count the distance from point Q to the line. So we're going to count 1, 2. Now we're going to take that distance and we're just going to duplicate it. We're going to copy it right over the line so that it's a perfect mirror image. So it's going to be 1, 2. And then this point where we end up, this is going to be labeled Q prime because it is the reflected point after the transformation. It's the image. So we're going to do the same with this point down here. I'm going to call that point Z. I can't really read that. So point Z, we're going to count from point Z, 1, 2, 3 to the line of reflection. So now we're going to take that 3 and we're just going to duplicate it. 1, 2, 3. So this final point right here is going to be Z prime. E, the distance from E to the line is 1. So we're going to copy that above. And this is our point, E prime. Finally, notice how this point right here is already on the line. You can call that a distance of 0 from the line. So that's not going to move at all. We're just going to keep it on that line. Label that I prime. All right, now we're going to just connect the dots to create our image. And you're going to see that it is a mirror image that is reflected over that line. So look how nice that is. It's a perfect mirror image, and you can kind of see if you rotate it, it's symmetrical. It's like a line of, this line right here is a line of symmetry because it's equal on both sides. All right, that's our first example. Our second example, we're going to do this one right here. So let's keep our old example in view. Great. So for this one, I'm going to reflect across the y-axis. So we're going to trace our line of reflection. And then we're going to flip each point over. So we're going to start with point X. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is point X prime. Y, 1, 1. That's point Y prime. Then we got Z. Z is on the opposite side. So we're actually going to flip it to whichever side it's opposite. So we're not going to move to the right this time. We're going to move to the left. 1, 2. 1, and then another 1. So this is going to be Z prime. And finally, W. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is W prime. Again, we're going to connect our dots to make our image. And look how nicely this line of reflection cuts our shape in half. So that brings us to our next type of problem, which is where we have a reflection, we need to find the line of reflection. So just how we see here, the line of reflection is our line of symmetry, we're going to have the same thing here. So you can always turn your paper to kind of see where it gets split in half. So for example here, this line right here divides our image into 2 equal perfect mirror halves. And we can confirm that by finding a point, like W, counting the distance, and then finding its image point, W prime, and making sure that distance is the same. So this is confirmed. So if we're going to write a rule to describe that transformation, you would have to use the vocabulary reflect over the x-axis. Now let's do this next one right here. Look at how this one, if we turn it like this, we can draw that line of symmetry right down the middle right here. So it's not an axis this time, it's a different line. So let's go back to our graph. That crosses the y-axis at 2. So this would be y equals 2. So our description, we would have to use our vocabulary. We would say reflect over y equals 2. And that's how to write a rule to describe each transformation.